what up? Ooh. Interesting day. Bank holiday. NFP. Interesting. Never seen that in my life before, but okay. That's what day is today? Today is the Gold Whisperer's birthday. His annual 40th birthday today. What's going on, chat? Alright, is the music good? What up, Andre? Good morning, my brother.
Morning.
My brother number 2. Carlos my number 3. No, Carlos my number 2. You're number 3.
Who's your number 1?
My actual brother. Because I met Carlo first, though. Well, I'll talk to him first. Alright. What's up? Morning, lads. Brush the hair, man. Brush the hair? I need a haircut. My hair is brushed. Like, even if I brush my hair, it's gonna look the same. I don't think you guys understand. My hair is like this, natural like this. If I were to brush it, I'll look weird. Yeah, I do, Paul. Alright, okay, so today we have the bank holiday. Interesting, right? Hold on, before I get into all this stuff, let me go ahead and delete the trades call and trades taken, so these guys don't gotta remind me again. Make it every day. Trades taken. Alright, cool. So what's going on, chat? Alright, so today we have officially NFP today. Gold is closed. I believe what's happening today is the dollar, it's not a US bank holiday. It's because there's nowhere it says a US bank holiday. It will say it was a US bank holiday. I checked every single website and see nothing. Bank holiday for CHF, Euro, GP, CAD. Yen still open, dollar still open, right? Therefore, last night you just still moved a decent amount, which is fine. But I think the volume with the NY open here is gonna probably die down. But actually, no, sorry, it won't die down because you have the USD that's open here. You have NFP at 830. So if that's the case, then I mean, I think what's close today is gold though, because it's a metal. I think metals are close today, so that's why gold isn't moving. But you have like US 30 that's still moving as you speak, right? US 30 is still moving. And it's a US pair. So I believe metals are close today. I don't know why, but we're not trading gold today. We're not trading I don't really trade anything else that's usually related aside from gold anyways, so that's fine. I think the only thing I look at today is GJ, so that's it. Just GJ, and I guess yeah, that's it. 1v1, yeah. So later on, we're gonna do a 1v1 session. I'm gonna pick someone random from the chat that's been active the past couple weeks to come on to the chat. So it might be you, Mr. CJ, who knows? But whoever's been active for the past couple months, well, I'm gonna pick them to get on the streams. And if you don't mind, you gotta agree to, obviously, but you're able to ask me whatever questions you want to ask as like a little 1v1 thing, right? It'll be us talking, and everyone else will be muted. Well, not muted, but everyone else will be silent. And you gotta ask whatever you want. You are able to ask whatever you want to ask. In like 30 minutes or whatever, 15 minutes. 1v1 on Rust? Nah, man, not a 1v1 on Rust, bro. Yeah, everything is closed except for the US dollar, obviously, right? So commodities are all closed today. Yeah. No, not a 1v1 core, man. A 1v1 on the charts. Like a 1v1, you gotta ask me whatever you want to ask, and I will help you out with whatever you're dealing with. All right? Not a 1v1 on Cold War. Not one. You guys are fucking crazy. Yes. People asked if I'm streaming today. Of course I'm streaming. Even though I'm not taking a trade today on GJ, I'm still streaming today. I'm still here. Marks are not moving as volatile. Well, may not move as volatile, but yeah, NFP today. It's really interesting. I don't know. US is open still, so it's gonna be very interesting with the way New York I'm still open here. But GP is closed. Therefore, this pair is kind of useless right now. But it means the only pair I watch. I'm not taking a trade today though, so. I took a trade last night already. Took a small loss in that. Off of a small 5-lot position. But that was the during Asian session on GJ buys. Other than that, that's all I did.
I got the same small L that you had on GJ buys last night. I just sent it in actually.
Yeah. We took the same trade yesterday, took the same trade today, we lost. And by the way, I don't talk to Carlo. I haven't talked to Andre during the Asian session, right? So like it's just like we take whatever we take, and at the end of the day, we take the same trades, same setups we're looking for. Yo, I did an arm day yesterday last night.
Okay.
I think I grew a muscle. No, I'm not sore. My chest is still sore from that day, but my muscles, I mean, aren't sore yet.
Everything that Don always says is that he grew a muscle.
Grew a muscle. You guys know that song? And you're growing a muscle. That TikTok song? Hold on. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
This song.
48 hurt.
These niggas got it. Bitch, I got it out the muscle.
The TikTok song. Again, small loss. Okay, let's see. See how small the losses was.
I'm gonna say
I gotta raise the desk up. This is low-key a little too short. There you go. Now we vibing. Yeah, I got a later entry in that. I got like a break of, I got on a break of this high because at the moment I think this was a starter play, but I never deleted my stop. Oh no, sorry, no, it wasn't a starter play. I got on a break of the previous kind of high. It was as an impulse entry, not really a starter play. I got on that break. I don't know why I didn't enter off the open of the can. I wait for the break and then I entered, but that was that trade. John there made closure above the range. 2 entries. Yeah, same idea. Yeah, like that support. Yep, same. I saw the thing came down. It was a new forward candle. It came down, respected the support. Forward candle flipped, then wicked up, flipped bullish. I'm like, oh yeah, I think it should be Chow Bella. I mean, it was Chow Bella for a second, and then it came back in the range. Once this candle closed, I was gonna close like full positions, but since we had a 4-hour stop loss, I just kept the 4-hour stop loss low. So, and I had a half risk trade too, so it was, I just kept it. Funny how I said I'm not taking any trades today, and 15 viewers left. We're at 80 viewers. I'm like, I'm not taking any trades today. They leave. Man, you guys are signal hungry, man. Signal hungry, I tell you. Yeah. Move stop supers low as we made new highs. Then was 5% profit. It's kind of stopping out. Yeah.
It was late, so
how many pips you get?
I got like 4.5, maybe 5 pips. Yeah. But then it was like at this point it was probably like 11:30, so I just moved my stop loss to this 30-minute low here, and then just literally fell asleep and woke up this morning. I was like, oh, came down. It's all right. It's a 4 pip loss this week.
It's not bad at all. Better than your last loss, right?
Yeah. 35 pips on gold in one trade. Like, that was good.
Where's Carlo at?
It's probably working.
You have a new mic, Don? Yeah, man. I've been having a mic for a whole week now. Where have you been, my friend? Grant X, where have you been? Yeah, I had a great week though. Like, had a pretty good week. Good day yesterday. Small losses that didn't really affect anything. I was kind of preaching it last night to my Telegram group, but I was saying like a way you don't get affected by your losses is if you just don't look at the wins. Right? Just look. Don't look at the wins. Look at the losses. Just keep going. No emotions. Right? And you'll come to a point where obviously it's easier said than done, but you come to a point where you're able to find like your way of trading, and you'll be able to find your own playbook, right? Your own entries. So, and obviously the entries that you found is off of your own backtesting, off of your own probability. So if you know that a trade has an 80% winning ratio, why not just keep taking a trade over and over again, right? So like whenever I take a loss, like I'm not phased by a loss at all. I know for a fact that that trade will happen again. I would 100% take it again. 100%. I take another loss in that same setup. I'll take the same exact trade again and again and again and again, right? Because probability wise, long term, I know it's gonna play out. So why don't you just spend the next year or so, or next couple months or so, backtesting on that entry, see how many times it played out, what's the winning rate on that trade, and then use that to your advantage later on, so you don't have to take round trades all day, right? Because you never want to take a round trade. You never want to take a trade that you had never taken before, especially if you come to a point where you've been trading for a couple years and you found a way you wanted to trade your trading style, your strategy, your entry types. That's a lot of backtesting. That's a lot of backtesting, man. Like people to this day ask me questions about, like they've been trading for 2 years or a year and a half, and they ask me still to this day, Don, how do you calculate pips on gold? And they've been trading gold for like 2 years plus, and it's like, man, come on. I've been trading for 2 years. This is a quick little Google research. I'm down 6% for the week. Only won like 2 trades this week. Haven't done anything different from normal. Just hasn't been my week. Yeah, I mean, you've had good weeks in the past. This week wasn't just your week. I think this week for me has been a lot better than last week. But I mean, that's just me. Yeah, this feels pretty. It wasn't that bad though. It wasn't bad at all. But hey, guess what? Guess what? You wake up tomorrow or Monday morning and you do the same shit over again. You look for your same entries, your same setups. Nothing changes. The moment a trader changes their strategy, it just means that their strategy does not work for them, at least, right? So if you see a mentor changing that strategy, then that's something that's something you want to run away from. It wouldn't make any sense for a mentor to change their strategy midway, right? When they've been teaching this for a certain amount of years. Like, just imagine if I was trading the way I've been trading, and tomorrow I have a fib on my screen, the trend line. I want to try something out. This doesn't make sense. If what you're doing has been working for you, why change it, right? Just get better with it. More hours in. Imagine you take a full margin trade before NFP, get on a plane, get off the plane, your travel money's gone. That's what happened. That's what happened to someone in Atlanta. They went to Atlanta with like $400, came back, and they couldn't get a flight back.
Here, Don, you put the link in the wrong system again.
I did?
Yeah. You put an A's in again.
What?
Yeah.
That's why I wrote no Zoom today.
Oh, shoot, here.
No.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm tripping.
You were up all night?
No, but how was it? That was good.
Real quick,
Yo.
I've been up since 4 a.m. and I was just looking at the gold chart. The price hasn't moved.
It's commodities are closed today.
Yeah, commodities are closed. It's Good Friday.
Yeah,
but it's not a bank holiday for US though, so different. It's different.
I figured that. I wasn't sure, so I was checking.
Any break even today, but took these longs this morning just now. Nice. Did it play out? It looks like it did play out. Nice. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta do my daily analysis on GJ. I forgot doing today. All right, so let's take a look here. I got so excited today for no reason. I got so excited that today wasn't a trading day. All right, so daily time frame is bullish. So weekly is bullish. I am expecting price to continue up. If you look at the weekly candle, it's exactly how we drew it out Sunday morning or Sunday evening before the Asian session started on Sunday. So okay, play out to the T as per usual. We approach that target right there. I think for us to move, we're gonna have to wait for this weekly candle to close. So since we're not taking a trade today, that's completely fine, because if we get a closure above here today on a weekly time frame, then tomorrow or Sunday, Monday next week, we should be able to pop up towards the next resistance, right? But we need a closure above here, ideally something like this, for us to continue up on Monday and next week Friday towards the 156 mark, right? So let's see what happens here today, but I prefer want a closure above to make life easier next week. So that next week could be an algo week, right? Algo week means a very volatile week. Daily time frame is bullish, right? This can't create a lower wick. It wants to flip bullish. I believe once it flips bullish, that's your lower wick being formed, because we did not break the lows of yes's lows. Therefore, this candle is still bullish here. 4 hour here has no bottom wick to it. Close that support. This 4 hours currently bullish. 1 hour is currently bullish. That is kind of bullish here. So if I'm looking for buys today, which I'm not looking for buys, I'm not trading today during the session, at least for GJ, I will be looking for buys above, let's say, I think the better buys will be above here, to be honest, above that resistance, because if you break above that resistance, then you can continue further up towards the next level of resistance, which is up here at this area, I'll say. Right, so this range, if this is a normal day today, I will take a trade here for about a 15 pip range going up to fill the area. Stops are going to be like below the whatever candle closes above, right? So that'd be something I'll look for. But other than that, yeah. Oh wait, Monday is bank holiday as well for UK. Probably low volume and high spreads like today. Low volume. If Monday's a bank holiday, then you guys know what that means for Tuesday, right? So if we have a bank holiday today and bank holiday Monday, then therefore Tuesday, when the markets open up again, it's gonna be a very volatile day. So expect Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week to be a decent day. You have some news that the week too. FOMC, FOMC Wednesday, April 7th. Remember the last FOMC, Permado?
Oh, that was when we took a trade together, right?
Yeah, 2 p.m.
Gold buys.
Yeah,
I remember. I was shitting my pants.
yeah. Play it out though. Yeah, so if it's a bank holiday today and Monday, then expect Tuesday to be a lot of volatility. So don't miss Tuesday's stream. I will stream Monday though. I'm gonna be here Monday. Probably won't take a trade though, but it's gonna be a chilled stream. Yeah, I think today will be used for like a lot of education on the stream. So I think I might be picking someone from the YouTube side that's been watching for a couple months now, that I've asked a lot of questions, that I've seen growth in, dedicated setting charts to come onto the stream today and do like a little 1v1 session, or 1v our viewers, right? They can ask whatever questions they want to ask, and I'm sure other people in the audience have the same questions as well, so it'll probably help you guys out as well too. Right, so you guys will be getting quite the questions that you guys want, like, so how long to become profitable today, you know? So you know, like questions like that, or whatever they have questions on. Good morning, OJ. What's up? What up, Shifty? What's going on, man? Yeah, guys. Definitely try. I mean, GJ is moving. Obviously, it's obviously still moving, but it won't move to its best of its ability. Well, I've seen some bank holidays that have moved like decently, like Algo days on bank holidays, which is weird. But every time I just stayed out. So I mean, I'm staying. I think the best time to GJ was today was Asian session, because Asian session was still open, the Yetim still open. Therefore, that's what moved GJ last night. But since the last session or Asian session closed last night at 4 a.m. Eastern, right? The volume's starting to die down now a little bit. So I'm just, slowly die off. So I believe more volume will come in when things are open again, and that's gonna be Tuesday or Monday. Odds 153? No, man. Well, for you, yes, if you want to. For me, I'm staying out. Yeah, we're going back into lockdown, guys. Lockdown number 3. We got free for like a month and a half. Now we're back in.
Yeah, y'all went on recess. Now y'all gotta go back in jail.
Well, they're talking about
Wait, hold on, give me a second. Oh, I'm back. I'm just drop my water. Canada's weird. Yeah, man, we're going back into lockdown, unfortunately. Not the whole Canada though, just like my province, Ontario, my state, in American terms.
I was gonna say,
what's a province?
I was just gonna say that, but I'm like, oh, that's just like.
I guarantee you can't even name 2 provinces in Canada.
Me?
Yeah.
Without Google?
No, yeah, without Google. 2 provinces in Canada.
Ontario and British Columbia, right?
Oh, okay.
I remember those 2 because I was like, all right, no Google needed. I'm like, those are 2 I remember from history class.
This guy trying to come back.
what's happening. Cases are going up in Canada.
Well, Ontario, yeah. Ontario is pretty much Canada. Like anywhere else in Ontario is anywhere else in Canada is, and that's not Ontario, is usually it's not exciting as Canada and Toronto. Yeah. Toronto's in Ontario. Yeah, it's like the suburbs everywhere else, Saskatchewan suburbs, Alberta suburbs, a lot of suburbs.
We got a couple of states here that the cases are spiking up again.
Yeah. Who should our first 1v1 guest be today? Should do I should do like.
We bring it to rest.
I think I'm gonna bring in
We bring it to rest. Get ready.
I think I'm gonna bring in. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can do a. This is a Nightbot thing. I can check who's most active in the chats.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, messages. Regulars, they say. The regulars. It doesn't show the regulars for the past months. It only shows it for a day, which is weird.
Mr. CJ.
Logs.
Zert's birthday. Happy birthday. He's 15 now.
Oh, it's Zert's birthday? Oh, is that your 19 now?
Yeah, bro, it's my birthday.
It's Carlos' birthday too.
15, right?
Bro, we so many born in April, bro. Yeah, I know.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Trying to make some birthday money.
I would love to be 15 again.
Bro, he's not. He's a grown.
He's 19, bro.
19, bro.
He's not 15, bro.
He's a grown ass man.
He's 19 now.
Yeah, they just be joking when they be saying I be 14.
You think this dude's gonna be trained when he's 14, man?
Bro, he's trying to get the IRS sent to his house, man. He makes too much money.
I've seen people. I've seen guys on Trading Nuts and just people across YouTube.
Yeah, but legally, man, legally you can't trade that fucking on their
What they do is their parents open an account for them. They trade under their parents' account.
Imagine a 14-year-old giving financial advice. Holy shit.
Bruh.
Holy shit.
Like, bro.
Man, like that's like grade 8, grade 9, not even grade 9, right? Hardly grade 9.
That's like you're at summer school going to grade 9.
There's a kid that was 16, 17 in the UK, and he had a video up 2,500 to like 150,000 pounds or something like that in 4 or 5 days. Their SEC shut him down because he was doing he was like managing people's accounts without a license.
Yeah, you can't manage people's accounts without a license legally. Yeah. Just hopped on. Was new Don? Train FP? No, I'm not taking a single trade today. During today's New York session, because I don't trade GU. NP is open, pound is closed, so therefore GJ is closed. New York open still, but I don't trade GBP USD, so I'm not gonna trade just today because I can't. There's no other pair open for me, right? Gold's closed, so I can't trade that. So I'm just gonna be watching charts. That's it. What does Control FX have marked on GJ? My resolution sucks. You can change the resolution, man. Just refresh the page and then change to 1080p. You want to see charts in 4K for you? I can maybe make the stream to a 4K stream.
Bro, make it VR, bro. We got set new trend. We got to start putting.
I could make it VR. There's a way I could. I mean, you could if you have the goggles. You gotta put it on the phone, but
imagine you got a VR headset looking at you draw candlesticks, bro. My head finna hurt. What's
Okay,
happening?
Yeah,
On Instagram or somewhere I saw where they was trading with a VR headset on.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
After the stream, I may go down to the mall and buy the iPhone 12 today.
okay.
I was looking at them and it's like that 12 Max and Pro. That's just waste of money. You know, I said I'll just go with the 12. Trading my XR.
Yeah, I got an XR too. Oh yeah, what I was talking about, it's on Trading View Instagram. Got the little VR charts. You gotta go to the Trading View page.
I think that's the most useful thing I've seen. You imagine VR looking at charts. I don't think there's a reason for it. It's like, if anything, it'll make it a bit harder to trade because you can't see, like, you gotta move your body to see candles, which is unnecessary work.
It's just you gotta move your head, and you probably gotta have like the little controller that it come with.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Imagine you do a breakdown with it. That's just really hard as hell.
Let's see. For those that trade GU here, man, I believe buys are valid today. I think buys will be valid once we find a support, which we did find one. So I mean, if you're looking at this from this perspective here, this is your support formed on GU, then we're on obviously a bullish trend still. Price came out, created resistance. This is the range. If this is the range and we're coming down to create support, high chance this candle, once it creates a lower wick, will continue to push up to retest the highs. And as it retests the highs and you get a closure above, you may get more buys going up. But preferably, I think buys here are on bad if you want to get these entries in. But I think the buys above would be a lot cleaner as well. So this is what you expect for this count to do to continue up. And the next one will close above like this in order for more buys to continue. Right, just simple. You have a trend, uptrend, resistance form, support form, range to continue up. Because if you look at it, right, the support here that's formed on GU is a bit different from just entering off of wicks, right? For example, you see these wicks coming down. It's different from these wicks, and these wicks, because this is actually a closure. As support, this bullish candle is actually a closure confirming a support. So we know that if you were to enter a position here and price were to come down and break this low, it would then drop further down, breaking below the support to continue down, right? But it's like saying you will have a reason and you will understand why your stop loss is here. It's because the price were to break that, it's gonna continue further down. You understand that, right? It's not just because stop loss is here just because you want to have a small stop loss. It's because there's a reason for it. It's the most ideal logical stop loss. Let's see. What else is open today? Your USD. I hate these pairs, guys. I hate these pairs. I don't trade these pairs. The reason why I hate them. What?
They say EU is the most manipulated pair.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think all pairs are the same. I think the reason I don't like this pair is just because when you look at GU, EU, UJ, you gotta kind of worry about, well, not UJ, UJ is different. You kind of gotta worry about both of the currencies, right? So for example, GU, since the pound during this time is usually open and the dollar is usually open at the same time, you gotta look at the currency for the pound and the dollar. Whereas GJ, you don't gotta look at the pound because the yen's closed right now. So then you don't gotta focus on the pound. Wherever direction the pound moves that day is gonna be the direction that GJ moves that day as well, right? Obviously. So yeah, that's it.
Oh shoot.
What's the free 1v1 in this mean? The free 1v1 in the title means like pretty much later on I'm gonna pick someone from the YouTube side to come onto the Zooms that I've seen has been active and kind of give a free 1v1. Just ask me whatever questions and then I'll just explain them. It's been like 15 minutes doing that, 30 minutes doing that, who knows, right? I actually did my course on part of my courses yesterday. The mic sounds crispy. Let's see.
Stock market's closed today too.
This was the April 1st. So April 1st. All right, so on to my favorite part of the introduction part. Oh man, there's so much content in this course, man. Holy shit. Market's gonna be dead today? Yes, it's gonna be dead. That's why I'm staying. I'm not trading today.
Yeah.
I'm watching charts though. What's up?
You think NFT is gonna have an effect on GJ today?
Yeah. Not directly, but it will push some volume to the markets. But like not, it won't be to its standard NFP. I think GU probably moves though. It appears like that will move, but GJ, since it never affects GJ directly, only thing it'll do is just push volume to the markets. But since there's no volume for the pound, it's closed, and yeah, it's closed, it would just be kind of mediocre. It kind of be whatever.
Okay.
I DM you telling me how to get rid of emotions. Oh, my bad. I didn't check my Instagram this morning. I usually check every morning, but I didn't. How to get rid of emotions, man? You just gotta get rid of emotions. As easy as it sounds, when you ever take a position, you should not be happy if you win a trade, and you should not be sad if you lose a trade. Just have no emotions, like literally train like a robot. My number one tip for that would be figure out what your training style is and figure out all your entries. If you haven't done so yet, then it means that you should go ahead and do so, right? Because that's something that you definitely need to be looking for, especially if you're a trader. Like for me, I have a set list of plays that I enter off of all the time. I know for a fact that those are high probability winning trades because I've backtested it. I've taken them before to a point where I can say it's 80% win ratio trade setups, right? So therefore, if I take a loss, I'm not worried about that loss. Because one, I didn't over leverage my account. Two, I didn't overtrade my account. Three, I know for a fact that if I were to take the same trade again, it will play out again in the future. Eventually. I take another loss and I'll take the same trade again. And how do you know if you're taking the same trade? Well, that's when it comes down to, you got to be backtesting that. You got to be figuring out what type of style you want to trade and how you want to enter off those entries or that trading style, right? But if you can't replicate the same trade again, then you can't, it's not, because you might not be consistent yet, right? So make sure you have found out within yourself when trading. I think too many people look at the profits when they trade and they're not too focused on the trade. They just look at profits. They're like, oh yeah, I'm up 100 pips today, right? But they don't look at how they got that 100 pips. What exact entry did they get? How did they get it? What time was the session? What time was it during the session? Was it the opening of New York? Was it the opening of London? Was it closing? Was it mid-London, mid-Asian, mid-London? Like, you know, like what was it? And then how'd you enter? Why is that your entry? Why is that your stop loss there? Why is that your TP? Like, you know, a lot of stuff goes into a trade when you take a trade. But you just gotta figure that out, man. You just gotta figure that out. It's good enough to just say, you know, I entered off a fib here, off of the trend line, retesting the highs, double top. But why? Why? Right? And a lot of traders are too lazy to get into that why. And that's why I feel like a lot of traders kind of fail to, I wouldn't say successful, but fail to get consistent because they're just entering trades off the fact that someone else has said some things. Like, for example, you hear someone else talking about a 61.8 fib. They were answering off the 61.8 fib because they think that since they're profitable to 61.8 fib, that they'll be profitable as well. But in reality, they haven't backtested that long enough for a consecutive amount of trades in order for them to figure out if that's profitable or that's consistent or not, right? And they haven't figured out when to use that exact 61.8 fib, how to use it, when to use it, what session, what time during the day, right? I'm using fib as an example, by the way. I don't use fibs, but yeah, figure those things out. Like, why is a fib so special? Why is a 61.8 fib so special? Why is a 28 fib so special? What's the difference between the two? How do I know if we're gonna go to the 61 today instead of the 38.2 instead of the 50, right? A lot of questions you gotta ask yourself. What's your name? My name is Don, man. I'm the baby. What's up, the baby? There's always the baby in every single Discord group I join. Every single Reddit post I see the baby.
Good vision.
It's Carl's birthday thing. Yeah, it's Carl's birthday, but he's not here right now. He's in Germany. He might join later on. The chat will sing him a happy birthday. Don, what do you do with your profits? Are you asking that question, Andre? Like what? You're trolling, right? You're trolling. What is your bank account number? 12345.
No problem.
Andre, you know what I do with my profits? I'm about to go home and buy those dumbbell sets that you've talked about.
Okay. Good.
So I did arm day yesterday, and I did some bicep curls, 4 sets of 12.
Damn, bro, I'm proud, bro.
And then I thought you were gonna say, damn, you fucked up.
No, and I'm not even joking either, too. Just the way you said it, I did 4 sets, 12 reps each set. Like you're on it.
I did, I don't know what this workout's called to this day still, but it's the one where you kind of, it's like it's your triceps. You put up, down, midway, up, back down.
Yes, tricep. Those are called pulse rep tricep extensions.
I did 3 sets of 10s.
Okay.
I switched legs every time each set, so
yes.
It kept my back straight. Then I put the thing on the door, and I did shelf thing.
Yep.
I did with a 30-pound with the red one. I did.
Okay.
By the way, my elbows were kept high. They weren't low. They were kept high. Shelf. If anything,
on top of the shelf.
Yeah, on top of the shelf. 90 degree on top of the shelf. My head was face down, or my back was face down, like you said. Took your body a little forward. And then I did 3 sets of 10 for that. And then after that, I did my forearm. Same thing on the door, and they just hold bands down. I don't know what the workout's called yet. The only thing I got to work on is what they're called.
A good trainer, bro.
It was a 40-minute workout. I made sure it was 40 minutes, 45.
Nice.
And I took short breaks too.
60-second rest intervals.
Yes.
You got an eye on the clock.
9-second rest intervals for each new workout.
Okay.
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm next.
What time should I end the stream today? 9?
8:15.
Oh hell no. Maybe, who knows? If it's dead. But I just kind of want to chill, chat, and it's been an educational day today.
Yeah. Let them ask some questions.
Ask me a question that you've always wanted to ask me. I'm gonna let everyone in the Zoom ask one question. What's the question, Andre?
Bro, I know you. You're my homie. I talk to you on a regular basis. I don't have any questions.
Come on, a question that you feel like the viewers struggle with at least. Can't think of anything, can you?
Yeah, I mean, I, at some point, someone's asked every question. That's the thing about streaming is that you answer the same question every single day, maybe 3 or 4 times a day. How long did it take you to become profitable? Why don't you have a Lambo? What do you do with your profits? Like those are the same questions we get every day.
How about you, Jimmy? What's your question? Are you gonna say? Wait.
I don't know, Brad. We've been cool for the longest. I think, mostly a lot. Man.
How do you feel like you've changed as a trader this year compared to last year?
Me?
And if so, in which way, shape, and form?
Me?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. I think this year, so far this year, been a little bit more patient than last year. Last year, I was just.
How have you been more patient?
I've been waiting for candle closers. I've been waiting for structure to form, how from last year.
Yeah, what did you do last year?
I just waited for I guess I used to use fibs and whatnot a lot, pivot points, all that other bullshit a lot. Then now I just use I use this thing called eyeballs, right? in a mine other than indicator last year. And then yeah, last year I was just smashing it.
But like, if you were smashing it last year, what made you change from that
smashing
stuff?
it as in like smashing it
fucking
as
up.
in like yeah, fucking up and like rushing it. But this year I'm like taking it slow.
So what made you change from getting rid of fibs and what you said you've been using, like was it fractals? No, pivot points.
Right, yeah. I used to use those to fractals, pivot points.
What made you stop?
It just made my head hurt seeing all the colors and whatnot. Plus, like, I'm like, once you broke it down in that one Zoom call we had last year, you know what's on. But yeah, I'm like, wow, it's all just support, resistance, candle closures, how candles open and close, and like just like ranges. I'm like, that's just all trading is, other than all that other unnecessary shit. It's like why, like why should I overcomplicate my trading? Man, it's just that's how trading, like that's how simple trading is. It's just break above, break below, see if it closes in the range, out the range, you know. It's just
whatever it is to get your 10 pips, right?
Yeah, it's just whatever it is. And like, yeah, speaking about the 10 pips thing, it's like I never knew like how simple that could be, or like catching 10 pips, closing, if it hit entry, or if you just want to let it run, I'm like, just like the compounding effect of it is just crazy. Like, shit just keep going.
Because it gets to a point where, like, if you can replicate something once, you can do it over and over again for a limited period of time. So that's why I always say, like, profits are profits, man. Like, I can care less of if I had a 130 pip runner, 200 pip runner. Like, I would care less for the profits for my lot size. Like, I just care about being able to understand a trade and being able to break it down that day, sticking to a specific bias to get that target, or to get that trade in and be able to execute and manage it, you know, the way I would normally do. Just by doing that, right? You look for the same thing the next single day, right? So that's gonna keep you in the game long term. What's my foot size? I'm like to 9. I'm at 9.5, 10. What the fuck? I'm holding 1 year. Don't have structure and trading plan. What to do? I think you should create a trading plan and structure for yourself. And a trading plan, by the way, is not ideally all the time just like how many pips you want to catch in a day, or how much money you want to make in a day, right? That's not a trading plan. That's called putting pressure on yourself for no reason. I'll say try to stick to, like, figure out what session you want to trade, and how you're gonna figure it out by figuring out what time you're free every single day at. So pick that session and show up to that session every single day for, you know, the pre session to the session opening. For example, for me, it's 6:30 a.m. Eastern to 10. That's when I trade. Outside those hours, I hardly look at the charts, hardly. But stick to that, and stick to, like, you know, for beginners especially, 1 to 2 trades a day. Practice that, and over time you can work on maybe having algo days in the future, right? But that's something a bit more complex, and that's something I'll say, like, once you do a full year, or a full year and 2 years of just taking 1-2 trades a day, then get into the more complex stuff later on. But follow a plan every single day, right? Because by following a plan, over time you become profitable. Because you won't be over trading, you won't be over leveraging. You just be growing naturally. Don, how long did you how did you manage life outside of trading and life in trading? The one thing I struggle with is being free and being able to trade. Running errands and working always seems to get in the way. How did you manage life outside of trading and life in trading? I'm trying to struggle with. What do you mean? I'm a bit confused in that question. You gotta.
I think, like, he means, like, what's some things that you gotta do with, or since you became, like, the position where you're at, like, how does you gotta, like, do
oh, I think he's asking, like, how's my life outside of trading.
Yeah, like, how do you handle?
Yeah, so I'm just honestly, man, after trading, right now I'm working on my course, and then I just hop into the game. I'm trying to like take probably stream. Like I'm not sure. I might make a new channel, but I might make a channel for gaming. Streaming that, right? Just chatting and gaming at the same time. So with the viewers, it's kind of cool because I like the way I can interact with people streaming wise. I just don't want to talk about Forex 24/7. You know what I mean? I'd rather just talk about other stuff as well while streaming. So maybe I might make a new channel for that. But I mean, outside of trading and that, I'm just kind of just chilling out. Usually I'm 8 or 7 time. I'm a full-time trader now, right? So but yeah, the one thing you struggle with is being able to trade, running errands, and working out and getting away. Yeah, so like I say it all the time, but try not to trade when you're busy. You know, like make sure you're always like free. You always have time to set your desk, sit at your office, whatever it is that you use to trade, and just being able to sit there and being able to treat it as a job. You know, like you're punched in for these 3 hours, then punch in. That once you're done, you punch out and you leave, right? And you do whatever you gotta do with your day. Go on with your day. How long did it to get consistent? Consistent. There's different ways levels consistent, but to the way I am now, this consistency to this day, I'll say about 2 years to get this consistent. A year and 3/4 to 2 years, like to get this consistent. Like consistent depends though, because you can be 50% consistent, you can be 7% consistent. You know, honestly, it just depends. But you know, if you're asking me that question because you're wondering how long it'll take me, so that it'll take you that long too, it'll be different, man. Your life and my life are completely different, right? So it might take you shorter, it might take you longer. Who knows? I'm about to take a COVID test. Everyone have a wonderful Friday and weekend. Oh shoot! Hope it comes out negative, man. Hope you're good.
Hope it's negative.
What is an algo day, Don? An algo day is when there is a lot of volume in the markets, but you expect it to happen off of the higher time frames, off of looking left, clean traffic, etc. Right? Off the, like I always say, the same way you look at the 15-minute and 30-minute time frame, or the same way you look at the week, would be awesome. Yeah, Twitch is I would love to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I can't, but yeah, I might do like gaming stream on Twitch. Or I might just turn this page into all, you know, have everything on this page. But how about you, Samurai? What do you deal with? What have you changed this year compared to last year?
Well, in terms of trading?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, 2 things. I actually use stop losses now.
Okay, improvement. W.
And I pay more attention to the bias, what's the trend of the actual pair, because I find myself trading against the trend and losing, and I learned I'm more cognizant of trading with the trend and stop losses, and that's helped a lot.
That's key. Yeah, picking a bias for a day and sticking to that bias instead of taking like unnecessary round trades throughout the day, and then also using a stop loss is definitely something you should do from day one though. But I'm happy that you learn. Better now than later.
In the beginning, you don't, you make those rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I think when I first started trading, I never used stop loss as well, but that's just because I've traded with, my first strategy ever was trading with the banks, right? So I was an institutional trader. Therefore I didn't use a stop loss, because if I put a stop loss, the markets will stop me out. Damn day, man. It's all fucking ego. That's all that is. All ego, man. You blame the broker for your stop loss. You blame the market makers for your stop loss when you know that you're damn well yourself. What happened? Do you Fortnite? Do I Fortnite? No, I don't Fortnite. I Warzone. When you say 1 hour is bullish or 4 hours bullish, what do you look for? Respect break of highs, lows. So those things are all entries, right? Like when I'm looking for structures like, or sorry, not entries. Those things are all setups. Setups and entries are two different things. All right. So setup here on GJ could be potentially this. I'm looking for buys above here because looking left, this is clean traffic, and I know that if price were to break this resistance, this is price breaking above this area to continue up towards the next resistance. So that's a potential setup. An entry, however, comes down to the very last candle. So let's say price were to push up all of a sudden, right? And now let's say we break, continue up, and we get a closure above the range. This right here would be an entry I'll take a buy, entry right there. My stop loss will be below discount low. Why? Because if we were to break this low, we will continue further down. Why is that my entry? That's my entry because this candle right here is doing what these candles looking left couldn't do, which was close above and stay above, breaking above resistance. So I'll take a buy there. My TP is here. Why is my TP there? Because if you look left, that's clean traffic coming up towards that area of resistance. So that's why I would take that trade there, right? So that's an entry. That's just a regular entry. I'll say that's just a regular close above range entry. A second entry potentially could be something like this. You come up, and let's say now all of a sudden your stops are way too big because this candle decided to drive up way too high in the middle of the range, and you can't really get entries. Interesting. Now let's say we get like a candle looking like this, a bearish candle closure instead, because you can't enter here anymore, right? If you enter on the open of this candle, your stop loss has to be below here for it to make a logical sense, and your TP is here, which makes it a negative RR. So you wouldn't take that trade, but what you would take is you wait for a bearish candle close, in this case closing, and it may support, right? So if price is closing at support and it's not breaking into this area, it's still respecting the support. Now you can look for entries as we break the highs, right? Let's say the next candle comes up, breaks the high, you would then take an entry here, and the entry would make a lot more sense because you can take a buy stop on the break of the high. Stop loss is there, TP is here, because you're anticipating price to break this area and stay above to continue up towards the resistance. This is also the starter play right here. So that's the second entry. However, this right here, let's say you have something like this. Let's say you have let's say you have this now. Right, you have a range here and you get like a breakout to the upside on GJ. GJ breaks up and now you get something like this. This is now a setup. Price closes back in the range, right? Price closes back in the range. This is now a fake out. That's a setup. A setup is a fake out is a setup, right? It's one of the setups at least. You have a range formed, you have a breakout, a false breakout, and it's a false breakout because price came back into the range. That's what we call it, a fake out. So price broke below support. If price is breaking below support, where do you think it's gonna go? It's gonna come down towards the next support, right? And the next support is down at this area right here. So then you will anticipate price to come down to fill the range again, coming down towards this area. So then you look for entries. You can look for entries out of one. You can look for entries on the opening of this candle here, like this. You just enter here. Stop loss is the previous candle high, because you know that if price were to break that high, looking left, that's clean traffic, you drive up. But if price were to close back in the range, this is your entry because we close below support, breaking back into this area. Your TP is here because look left, we're filling the range again, right? So that's another potential entry you may have in this situation. If you can't enter there, then what you can wait for is you can wait for a range to be formed. When's the range going to be formed? Well, this will happen right here. You have a resistance formed, and then you have a support formed. This is your range. You can easily wait for a closure below the range. This is now an entry situation for you to enter, just a closure above below a range for price to continue down, right? Towards that area. Or again, you might have the starter play now. You might have the starter play. You might get a bearish candle closure, and then you get a bullish candle closure at support here, confirming that support, right? But we're still being broken back into that range. You can then take sell stops as we break below this candle here for price to continue down, or impulse entries come down towards this range here. You expect price to continue down like this, So that's not an opportunity for an entry. But you see how there's a difference between entries and setups? They're two completely different things. So I would say I have like probably, I mean, I have the same setups usually. Like I'll say 2 or 3 setups, 1, 2, 3 setups, and then for entries, I have like around 6 or 7. You're heading off, Andre? Yeah, I mean, we're not taking trades today, so it's just like do whatever you gotta do.
All right, boys. Take care. Everyone have a good weekend. See you guys on Monday.
Yeah, man. Take it easy.
Don, you gonna do a simulator this weekend? I know you're talking about doing one every weekend now.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Word. Take care, boys.
Later, man. Later.
Peace out, bro.
It's lagging. Is it actually lagging? I don't think it's lagging, right? Are you going to be trading next week? Yes. Why would I not be trading next week? How to decide if a fake out could just be a starter play in the making? A fake out and starter play are two completely different things, right? Let's say this is a fake out. You already got your fake out. You have a range here. You have this candle here that closed back in the range. That's the fake out already. So now it's like you can enter on the kind of opening and put your stop loss below the previous kind of high, or 2. If that doesn't happen, let's say you enter here and this candle closes bullish now. As support, you can actually reduce your risk, or 2, you can anticipate that we may have the starter play coming down, because for a starter play to be valid, we must come down or break below that area for price to drive down towards the next TP, which is this below that previous candle low, right? And your stop loss is the current candle high. But to avoid fake outs, the highest probable way to avoid fake outs is if you just follow the trend. All right, just follow the trend. Just follow the trend. For example, if you were to see this, range here, and let's say we're bullish today, right? Which we are bullish today in a week. If this is a range, this is what you normally see. This is a potential fake out. You see price pushing down below the range. You'd be like, oh yeah, let's take sells here because we are now breaking below. But keep in mind, since the bias is bullish that day, stay out the sells. Just wait for bias to come back in the range. So once you come back into the range like this, you then can take your bias going up to fill the area, right? You expect price to continue up to fill the range. And that's the buy I'll take, because I avoid the sells. I'm not bearish today. This is a fake out. We got a false breakout. We're breaking back into the range. We should fill the range now. Why buy not sell? I mean, the sells are valid there, right? So let's say we broke below the range here. The sells are valid still. It's not that's invalid. It's still valid because this is a trade I would normally take. But this is my bias would be bullish to stay. Like, this is an example, by the way. This isn't actually like actual charts, you know. This is an example of what I'm trying to answer some of the questions. But let's say we broke below the range there. Yes, it's probable. It's probable because we broke below support, doing what these candles here looking left couldn't do, which is break below this area and stay below, right? So sells are valid. It's just that the probability of it being a fake out is a lot higher since you're going against the trend that day. You know what I mean? Like, it's still a valid trade. I'll say it'll go from like an 80% win trade to a 60% win trade, just because it's, you know, you're going against the trend. Whereas if you're following the trend, you're going for 80s and 70% setups. Resistance is on 153 instead of 152,700. I have my resistance right here. 153, like 979. Off a 30-minute time frame. In a 1 hour time frame. Like, if you like, also if you get faked out on a starter play, like, it's not a fake out. You just got stopped out, right? Because the fake out, I should stop calling it a fake out because people get confused with fake outs. I think a fake out is just as we're breaking back into the range. It's like we broke above resistance, but now we're breaking that resistance, coming back into the support. right? It's what it is. It's not like an actual fake out, like markets are faking you out. It's like a market's manipulating you, right?
It's like what happened to gold yesterday.
I don't remember.
Exactly what happened. Like it broke, like support broke, like the candle broke, but when it closed like back into the range and it pushed back up.
Right here, yeah, right here. Perfect example. I think it was was this the buy we took? What time did we see the buy?
It was like right here. Hold on, let me try to find it.
Let's go buy right here.
Where's that long candle at? I think it was on the 30 something there.
Oh yeah, right here. This is a fake out yesterday. Right here. We took a fake out yesterday, right? You had a range right here. Yeah, right there. This is a resistance here. This is a support. This is the exact buy we took yesterday, right? So there's no cap to my rap. We're on a bullish trend here. You had a resistance formed, and then you had a support formed right here. So now this becomes a range. If this is your range, people usually wait for a breakout. They'll be like, oh yes, buys above here, sells below here. But since my bias was bullish, I avoided the sells. I didn't take the sells. But even though you took the sells here, I think you would have been fine, because this sell here gave you like at least 10 pips here, and it tapped that support right here. So you would have either hit TP or you wouldn't be fine in this situation. But once you came back into the range here, this kind of closed back inside the range. We identical buy for price to continue up to fill the range, and then anticipating price to continue further up as well as the trend is bullish. So that right there was what the fake out was. False breakout, back into the range, continuation. How do you manage fake outs? Well, the same way you always manage a position. The same way. Nothing changes, kind of. So let's say, for example, we had a range here and we got a breakout, and we got a, this is your breakout right here, your breakout candle. If this candle here, instead of closing bearish here, it were to close bullish like this back into the range, I would then look to close my positions, because you understand that that's a fake out, right? Because we're instead of respecting the support now, we're actually breaking back into it, breaking it. Therefore, price should be headed up towards this resistance now, right? So it doesn't make sense for you to hold it anymore, because you're missing out. You're losing these extra pips here for no given reason. Where prices are giving these little clues that might continue up to fill that range. So in GJ, there appears to be a 4 to form support, so positive buys above 153 at least. Yeah, yep, that's correct. A 20 pip range above 153 towards the 152 mark. Yeah, I mean, there's volume. This like decent volume. It's not bad. Like, this is definitely not a dead dry paint day. Like, I've seen normal days that are worse than the day like today. A normal day where we literally move like 5 pips the whole session. And today's definitely not that day. Today's definitely like there's some volume here for sure. But again, like, I'm probably gonna stay out. Good knowledge, yes sir. What the hell? Who's watching baseball?
Oh, nah, it's not baseball. It's something else.
This volume is normal for GJ on Asian session. I think this volume is pretty normal for it's like a normal day, right? I think it'll get dry if this were to happen. Like, you see right here, this is dry volume. That area. This right here that we're doing is not bad. It's not bad. It's a decent day. Actually above average. But will you be trading tomorrow, my friend? What day is it tomorrow? I answered that question already. Yes, I'm trading next week. I've been trading every single week this year. I mean, I trade every day. Like, I don't trade every day. Like, enter trades every day, but I'm here every day. 6:30 a.m. Eastern to 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. Right? For any updates on if I'm trading next week or not, I go on the Instagram page, but I probably will be trading next week. Almost at 2K followers, guys. Let's get it. 70 more away, or 80 more away. 87 to be exact. I'm new to trading. Can you review the trade I took last week? I'm not sure where to set my stop losses as well. Okay, go ahead, send it. I'm not going to tell you where to wear stop loss. I'm going to tell you why and how it can make sense to wear stop loss at a certain area, so that you understand how to do so. Where'd you learn this method, bro? Price action? Probably one of my first courses. Q Banks. Q Banks. I obviously don't trade it the way he does anymore, right? I think a majority of my stuff is a lot of price action. It just comes down to candles. That's where I feel like I kind of, what's this music that's playing here? Hold on. This is not no copyright for music. I think when it comes to the candles, where I'm a bit different for everyone else. Like I feel like no one else, I would say, explain or read candles the way I do. Like reading candles backwards, like all that stuff. Like I haven't seen that anywhere else. I think that's just originally from me. And candles play a huge role into the way I trade. So it's like you have this candle here. Just being able to understand the certain situations, right? So you have this candle here from, what is this, 23. So let's do the forward candle. So the forward candle opens up at 1 p.m. So 1 a.m. is right here. This candle opened up right there. So this is how it looks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 1 a.m. candle coming down. It looks something like this on a 4-hour time frame. What time did it end? 1 to 5. Hold on. 1 to 5 is gonna be right there. 5 a.m. is gonna be right there. So that's gonna be the candle. Right. So if that's the candle, then this is how it will look. Wait, if I'm not wrong, this kind of came straight down. This kind of has no, this kind of came up, career high, came down, closed bearish at support. This is how it looks, right? If I'm not wrong. And then right now we have this next forward candle. It looks something like this. We're currently doing something like this now. Creating a wick that's this length, right? That's how it looks right now. If I'm not wrong, this is the forward time frame. Right there, perfect. Look at that, to the T, right? Just being able to understand counts backwards and being able to read them backwards off of just probability wise. Like you understand this, right? And by looking at this structure on a 1 hour time frame, you understand the 4 hours bearish here, and this right here on the 1 hour 30 minute time frame is just a pullback on a 4 hour time frame, because the 4 hour candle closes bearish at resistance. Therefore, if this is a 4 hour time frame and we're breaking back into this range, I believe once we actually flip bearish this 4 hour candle and it flips breaking into this range, we'll come down to fill the range. Therefore, this is just a lower high being created on this candle, or a wick to be formed for price to drive down, right? So if you're expecting this candle to flip bearish on the 4 hour candle here, you then can look for entries on the 30 minute time frame, the 15 minute time frame at this resistance on a small time frame, right? For example, if you're expecting this 4 hour candle to flip at this resistance level, then okay, maybe go on a small time frame, look for a range to breakout. You drop down to the 1530, you then see a range here. Okay, maybe if we get a closure at resistance here, or maybe if this candle flips bearish, you maybe execute sells coming down, anticipating price to continue down towards that 4 hour support, right? So that's the perfect example of why like reading candles backwards is so important, and just being able to understand different time frames with different variations. And by the way, I did not look at the 4 hour candle at all today. I just realized that was the exact same to the T. So whenever people say like, you know, you're a genius for drawing these candles out, it's like, because we literally drew the whole structure out here, right? It's like, it's just the same thing over again though. It's the same thing over and over and over again. There's no like prediction, there's no guessing. It's like off all probability. There's nothing special about it, as special as it looks. Are you profitable every week? You can check out my trades I take every single day here on this right here. From November, October until April, results are shown every single day of my trading. And that's not an FTMO account too. Just a regular account. Size, send that chart in. I can't see your chart, man. Where'd you learn? Yeah, it's dope, bro. Thanks for your time every day. No worries, man. No worries. And for those that are asking how I kind of got that drawing out, it's pretty simple. If you guys want me to show you, here's how I read it. Let me just get it out again. So this is a candle. This is, if you look at this, this is the start of the forward candle here. This is the closing. If that's the start and closing, then that candle looks like this. Easy. This new candle opened up right here, made a high. Now it's currently right here. Right, therefore, the body now gets a bit smaller in this. Actually, the body now looks something like this, because this candle is currently still open. It looks like this right now. It's right there, right? Because this is where the candle currently is at. Therefore, if this is a 4 hour time frame, you drop down to the 4 hour time frame, you're gonna see that it looks like this, right? Right there. The high, lows, everything's kind of there. I'm using my phone right now. How to send a chart? I think there's a way. I think it's in the settings or something where you can you're able to copy your chart and then just send it. Or if you want, send a screenshot to make your life easier to my Telegram page, my Telegram chat. My Telegram's to the top right. You see it? Telegram FrancoXrp after @DonVo if you want to just contact me directly. That's the only Telegram I have. What banks are moving GJ right now? No banks are moving GJ. It's just the volume that's open still. Markets are still open, right? So no banks are moving it directly, but there's still like some volume from other sessions coming in, like New York session, for example, is still open. So I believe this volume's all come from New York. Jimmy, usually Mex is open today, no? USD Mex. Yeah, NFP with the markets. I think the markets are already moving, but yeah, NFP would definitely increase some type of volume to the markets for sure. Alright, we're finna do that 1v1. So who here that has been in chat? Well, I'll decide that myself. But who's here wants to come onto the Zoom from the YouTube side? Anyone? Anyone from the YouTube stream that wants to come on the YouTube side? Oh, FrancoXrp. You've been here for a while. You might have some questions. Where's everyone at? Andre left because he's not taking a trade today. We're just kind of, I'm not taking a trade today as well. We're just kind of answering questions today and just. Yusuf, you want to come into the Zooms? I'm sorry, but I haven't seen you here as often. We need a regular. We need a regular that's been here for at least some months now. You know, we need a regular. No, we're doing it today. Like today, like I'm doing it today. I'm just gonna pick one member from the YouTube side that's gonna be able to come on to the Zoom side and be able to ask those questions. How many pips do you aim for in a trade? Depends on the situation. You seem like a new trader, man. Are you a new trader? You seem like right now you're in a situation where you're trying to find the best mentor out there that's trying to catch the most pips and who makes the most money. Good morning. What's going on? What's going on, man? But I don't aim for pips in a session, in a day, in a trade. I trade the markets as it is. Right, some days I might have 100 pip runners, some days I might have 10 pip runners or positions. Have you ever used style trade and swing trade? Good question. You can. You can. The only difference is, you know how I say counts are counts on every single time frame, nothing changes. You can do that. You put that concept to the weekly time frame and daily time frame. There's your swing trade. Just do it on a weekly and the weekly, monthly, and daily. Right? Same situation. Let's say, for example, the daily time frame looks like this. The issue is doing this though. The stops usually my trades are 1-to-1s. RR 1-2s RR. The risk reward isn't like one could be a 1-in-10 on these swing trades. So therefore, the risk on it is a bit higher if you're swing trading. That's the only thing. So for example, like I think this day here on GJ, we caught buys right here. I mentioned that okay, if the day time frame is breaking this high, we should be coming out to fill the range, right? Which we did catch these buys on, but on this day you could have took buys here, either on a closing of this candle here, but your stop loss in this case would have to be the previous candle low, which is this low right here. Right, and your TP is up here. So in this situation, you would have risked like around 130 pips for 144 pips. But it's the same thing you do on a 15-minute time frame, right? Let's just avoid the fact that this is a day time frame. Let's just cover this up and pretend it's like a 15-minute time frame. In this situation, if the 15-minute time frame were closed bullish like this at Korean support, you could then anticipate the next 15-minute count to come up to fill the range, right? But since this is a day time frame, on that day, you can actually look for bias positions on a small time frame going up because you're expecting the day time to continue up as well, as that's your bias, right? So it's the same thing you do. How many trades do you take in a day and how many sessions? I take around, on average, around 1 to 2 trades a day, 1 to 2 trades a day, and then I trade an NY session. You think I'm avoiding your questions? Man, go to a different chat. I guarantee you they will not read your questions. Some chats, some people don't even read questions, you know. They just stream and they get questions, but they don't answer them. But I missed it. I got you though. I just missed it earlier. I didn't see it. Come on, man. It's all love.
It's funny. You just read his question.
No, I think he just.
Yeah.
He was
How
just,
many trades do you take in a day?
No, yeah, I answered it. I think I just missed it earlier, so he thought I missed it. It's all good. Are you a Twitch streamer? No, man. PogChamp, Omega Law. I'm Twitch culture though. I know all the cultures in Twitch. I understand a lot of candle concepts you talk about, but I struggle to place together from time to time. Just more practice, man. Just more practice, right? Just more practice. Just work on for now every single day. Work on. Don't take a trade for next month. Just the first 15 days of the month. Work on just creating a bias off the high time for that day. And I'll say now, I'm not exaggerating. My bias is probably 95% or 9% correct every single day. The trades are obviously different though. Trades and biases are two different things, obviously. But my bias that day is usually 9% correct, and the candles are drawn to the team usually. But spend like 15 days creating your bias off the higher time frames. Like every day, they kind of closes. Choose your bias for the next day. How's the day look? How's the week look? How's the week gonna match with the daily? How's the day gonna react with the weekly? How's it gonna react with the 4 hour time from the 1 hour time, etc. Right? Create that bias and then choose that bias the whole day. Stick to that bias the whole day and see how it plays out. After it plays out and you're consistent with it, then that's when you look for how will you be able to put together with the 4 hour time from the 1 hour and 30-minute time frames, etc. for entries, right? For like, this is how I'll do it today. For example, speed run, little speed run here. Day time frame is bullish here. I'm looking for bias today, just because day time frame closes above this resistance here, this range here. I'm expecting price to continue up on the weekly, but I'm gonna have to wait for the weekly candle to close this week, which is in 9 hours. If it closes above this resistance this week, then next week we should be headed up towards the next area of resistance. So if I'm looking for buys above this area next week, then I'm gonna be going on a small time frame looking for ranges to break out. So now I'll drop down to a time frame. I'll drop down to like a 30-minute, 15-minute time frame. In this case, 15-30-minute. And the zones I have marked up already are the ranges I'll wait for. So say I'm looking for buys that day, my bias is bullish. I'll look for buys every time we break into this area. Buys above there or even buys above here. And I'll avoid all sells for the day. All right, that's like a little speed run of what I cannot do in my day. Or I'm looking for trades in this situation. Or man, if you want, go to the streams and watch the beginning of every single stream, because at the beginning of every single stream I do a breakdown on GJ and gold. Watch the beginning of that stream and then watch the ending of that stream. Or if you haven't watched, I think if you're in the Telegram channel, I send my daily analysis every single day. Watch those if you're in that. But yeah, you been checking through? No man, you sure didn't go through. You can't send the full link. That's weird. Just send the end numbers, you know? Just send the end numbers. You can go send the dashes as well. Again, Zoom if you want. If on company, but I don't really have questions, you're guiding me as well as the last few months. You had questions yesterday, bro. I think you had some good questions too. You've been here for a while. It's a bank holiday, so just for Tuesday since Monday is a bank as well. Here, I got you. Wait, Zerx, you got any questions, Zerx? I didn't ask you earlier.
I had one question. It ain't quite come to my head yet. Just run to my tongue. I'll let you know when I think of it though.
Alright. Alright. Franco C.
What's the move for your birthday, Don?
Move for my birthday?
Yeah, what's the move for your birthday?
Is to I'm 21, I'm legal in Canada, you know the vibes.
You're legal in Canada and the US.
Oh yeah, no, I'm legal in the US. I'm already illegal in Canada. Yes, legal in the US, so I'm gonna go to the United States.
Come to Atlanta and party, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to ATL and cash out Icebox. I got you, bro.
Nah, bro, I got you, bro. Whatever AP you want, I got you, bro.
Alright, bro. I want the I want a Protect Philippe. Bust down.
You want Philippe? Bust down, no problem, bro. Got my boy right now.
Wait, Saya, how'd you send that link? There's no way you were able to
Wait a
say
minute.
this guy got the cheat code. This guy got the cheat code. Yo, Sai. So instead of sending the link next time, you see how after.com, send everything after.com.
The /X part.
Yeah, send that instead.
Because links most of the times get banned. So.
Oh, this thing doesn't work unless this X is not part of, like, let me try. Oh, there we go. Okay. This is a good chart. I like the way it looks. Nicely scaled out. So what was your question on this chart? I'm new to trading. Can you review the trade I took last week? I'm not sure where to set my stop loss. Oh yeah, your stop loss. See, in this situation, the stop loss would make sense here. Like, it makes sense structure wise, but it's like kind of like, if I were to enter a position here, I wouldn't enter here. I'll wait for a closure at resistance, either this bearish candle closure or this candle closure. So these would be my entries potentially. Right, let's say this is my entry right here. My stop loss would be above the candle high. This candle high, right? Because if this is your entry and you're anticipating price to continue down, you know that if you were to break this high, we're gonna pop up towards this resistance. So there's no reason to put your stop loss here because we're gonna pop up towards this area anyways after, right? Or probability wise rare. Because your stop loss is in the middle of the range, right? So there's no point. It's either you put it at top of this range or this kind of high, but preferably this kind of high. The top of this range wouldn't make sense as well. It just doesn't make sense logically, right? Other than that, I think this is a great trade. Yeah. I think the question comes just being able to understand why your stop loss is there. Not necessarily how much am I going to lose if my stop loss is there, but more of what's going to happen to price if that hits my stop loss. Where's price going to go after? So then once you're in a trade, you're like, okay, the trade makes sense. The trade's still valid as long as you respect that high or that low of that candle. And then once it breaks and it flies through, you're like, oh, okay, that's why my stop loss is there, you know? A lot of value to the stream. Yo, what's up, man? Do you trade candlestick patterns when trading price action? No, not candlestick patterns. Not candlestick patterns. I don't really believe in patterns, honestly. If I'm being honest, I don't believe in patterns in FX. Like anti-patterns, like candle patterns, structure patterns, like, you know, bullish flag, bearish flag. I don't believe in those patterns. I used to believe in those patterns, but with the way I trade now, not really. It doesn't really. I don't really implement into the way I trade. Hey everyone, can you check out my chart from G last night? I was trying to manage risk and got stopped out. Yes, I got you. I waited for 15:30 and whenever it closed above the range. Okay. First stop loss was below this candle's wick plus spread. Nice. And that was a good entry. Move stop loss to previous 1 hour plus spread. So I think in this situation, this was around 18. I'm not sure where your time zone is, but let me just, I guess you're an hour back if I'm not wrong. This is at 7:02, so my time is 8. That's a big brain move right there that I just did. Figure out your time zone. So if that's the case, then that was around 19. So 19 on a 15-minute time frame. Oh, 18:30. Okay. 18:30. That's around 6:30 p.m. Eastern for me. At 6:30 a.m. Eastern, this is a 15-minute time frame. We got a closure above the range. That makes perfect sense. I think in this situation, the hourly. How did the hourly look? If you see the hourly, look, I think this is the issue right here. Right. So it's okay to use a 15-minute and 30-minute stop loss as your stop losses, but sometimes you have to take into consideration of the hourly candle or the structure in the hourly time frame. How's it look? Right. In this case, the 1 hour closed bullish above the range. it closed above these wicks here. So you see how looking left, there's these wicks here, come left, you know, and the price has all rejected here, whereas you have this candle that closed above the range. That's your entry. So the 1 hour closed above, therefore the next hourly candle should continue to push up as long as it respects the lows here. Perfect. This candle here closed bearish, but it closed bearish above the support, respecting that support, therefore it was still valid for buys. The next candle came up and just continued to push up towards the resistance. I think the trade makes perfect sense. I think he's got stopped out in this case, which is perfectly fine though, but the trade's still valid. The buys are still valid there. I'll take that same trade again if I seen it again, 100%. That's a great trade though. Yeah, like sometimes when you take a trade and you know you take a loss in it, it's fine. It's all probability. All right, it's all probability. I guarantee you, if you take the same trade again next week, it'll play out. And you're gonna send me a chart next week saying, "Oh wow, the trade played out. Same trade you took, right?" It's all probability. Do you analyze on TradingView only and take trades on MT5, or you use TradingView to take the trades also? I enter on my MT4, MT5, and then I analyze on TradingView. Because the tools on MT4 and MT5 are horrific. It's terrible. It's outdated. Looks old. Can't do it. Tools suck, right? You can't even drag your screen to where you want it. You do this. You're like, oh, I want to look back here. It goes back to this. You want to drag it? It goes back to this.
They really do suck.
You click that thing at the top to make it, you know, fit the scale. It works, but then all of a sudden you can't see. You can't, like, it looks like you can't shift. You can't move it up and down while, you know, moving left. It's just,
but Don,
it's
you
terrible.
do know, like there's two. I'm not sure what you call it, but if you press or depress it, it'll keep the
I know those buttons, right?
I know what you're talking about though.
It still doesn't, like, it's not as good as TradingView though. It's like you can't see like the full structure like this. Like it'll still be in the middle of the screen. It'll be something like this. Like I don't want to see the charts right here. I want to look like this, you know.
Exactly.
It's tough.
And then you gotta minimize your chart to like the lowest level just to get a good outlook of like a month or two back on MT4 and MT5.
It's terrible. You can go with scale fix.
Something better.
I don't know, probably MT6, probably. I think MT6, MT4, MT5 was pretty good though. The update, they changed their fonts and all that, but
okay.
The interface.
Most brokers aren't. They haven't switched over to MT5 yet.
And that goes to show something.
Yeah, because it costs them money to do so.
Yeah. All right. So, if your broker doesn't support it, then
something about that tells you about the broker.
How do you say your stop loss there? I enter manually my stop loss. So on the phone, I would just enter the coordinates in the price in. What is sorry play? Right there, man. That post right there. I have a video on it. I should actually link that to that video instead of the training nut video. I'll explain the starter play. Can I use 5% risk per trade? No. You can, but it's very risky to use 5% per trade, 5% risk per trade, because that's a lot of risk, man. That's like almost 10%. It's all personal preference at the end of the day, but 5% risk is a bit too high, man. A bit too high. But it's your account, right? You can do whatever with your account. I wouldn't recommend it though. People want to risk that much percent because they want to grow their account really fast, right? But when you do that, it's not gonna work out well, at least. Oh, you have about, what time's NFP? 30 minutes? 15 minutes? Not bad. 15 minutes to NFP here to see how GU looks in 15 minutes. I made a thing yesterday. Where is it? Is this it? All right. So you have, what's next is the training session. So that's the course. There's a little peek of the course, little glimpse, little snippet. Well, there are 3 training sessions in a day, guys. All right. So pretty simple. You first have these 3. I gotta edit it still though. But yeah. The new microphone sounds sick with the of course new update. Thanks for asking my questions. Don, I'll see you next week. They're great questions, man. Good questions you had there. I'll see you next week. Catch you later. I'm tired, man. I gotta stand. Let's get into that position. All right, I'm up. What's your thoughts on people who say you need $5,000 to $10,000 to start? I'll say, man, that you don't need $5,000 to start unless you're forcing something to happen, right? People who usually say that, they're usually forcing, or they're usually trying to change their current situation ASAP, which is not recommended, because by doing that you're putting pressure on yourself for no reason, right? So you can trade with a $100 account if you want. It comes down to just percentages at the end of the day. I have a video on that actually on my Instagram page, right here. Can you become a full-time trader with a 10K account? I don't know how to raise this volume, but it has nothing to do with balance, right? Like if you're able to trade a $10,000 account, you're able to trade a $1,000 account, 10,000 or 100,000 account, you're able to trade whatever account size. But like, I don't know, you don't need a 10K account, at all. Like you don't. You can trade $100 accounts. You can just grow it 1% per day, whatever it is per day, per week, 30% per week. Like 30% per week. 1% a $100 account is the same percentage on a $1,000 account, $10,000 account. Nothing changes. Yeah, I don't know. You definitely can grow your account to 10K though over time, right? It can take you like 3 years to grow a $1,000 account to 10K, right? It may take a long time. Consistently, in a stable manner, but it takes time, it takes time. You don't get it overnight. If you want to get it overnight, then more times you just don't blow your account trying to do so. And it happened to me. And I told you guys the stories. Do you have something for position sizing? Me personally, I answer off of just I have a standard lot size that I'll pop, like a standard lot. So I'll pop a 10 for GJ and a 5 for gold. But they're both like on average around less than 2%. Less than 1 or 2%, because my account's been growing. Like for example, the whole 2021, I popped the same lot size of 10, and I've kept the same 10 lot size for the whole month, even though my January, February, March account has been both growing. Right, I never increased my lot size due to the fact that my account's bigger. I'm just comfortable at a 10 lot size, and that's what I'll probably stick with for the whole year. Potentially for the next year and a half, who knows? I might pop a 20 next year or 15 next year, but at this moment, I'm not I'm not really thinking about it yet. I can though, like my account can tend to hold like a 50 lot if it can't, like 50 lot if I want to. I can go full leverage and pop 100 lot or whatever it is, but I'm not, right? It just doesn't make sense. Can you be profitable consistently? Of course you can. But not today though. Not today. Today's a Friday. You can't want to stay out. How do you feel about trading Fridays? Do you recommend it? Fridays are actually my best days, if I'm being honest with you. They're usually my best days. I believe, like, this is saying going around saying, don't trade Mondays, don't trade Fridays, don't trade first of the week, don't trade the first day of the month, don't trade the last day of the month, right? And yes, but then again, you can't treat like every other day because you're able to identify if there's volume or not, right? You're able to identify that yourself due to ranges, due to candlesticks, due to volume, right? You're able to identify if there's gonna be volume that day or not. If there's volume that day on a Friday, then there's volume. If there's no volume on a Wednesday, then there's no volume on a Wednesday. Right, but you're able to identify that. You're able to stay out when there's no volume, and you're able to execute when there is volume. So therefore, Fridays are just like any other day for me. That's how I treat them. Like today, there's volume, not too much volume, but decent volume. But I'm not taking a trade today just because it's a bank holiday, right? That's it. Bank holidays are different though. Like for example, last Friday was Algo Friday. I think last Friday was a very volatile Friday, and we expected it to happen due to the fact that gold closed above the range. I think it was this gold right here. It was this on gold. Was it gold, or I think it was GJ actually, or no, it was gold. It was gold. It was this on gold, right? You had this that happened. Friday. What is it? Friday? Friday was the 26th. So 26. Was it Friday? I think it was Thursday or Friday last week. I forgot which days, but it was one of those days, and we were able to identify that it was a range. It was going to be a volatile day, so we came onto that Friday executing I think a couple trades. It was fine. It was fine. It was perfectly fine. But not every Friday is like that though, right? Not every Friday is gonna be like a volatile Friday where you get like 100 pip ranges, 200 pip ranges. Like our Friday, it just depends on the certain day and structure that day, right? Look at this on a day time frame. If you're looking at this, look where we are on your gold. We're at resistance here, we're at this area here, right? So it's like this area, yes, we may come up to fill the range, but it's very choppy. So preferably I'll wait for buys above, a closure above here on the day time frame. Maybe if we get a closure above like this, I'll then look for bias going up to fill the next range, because we'll be popping up towards the next area of resistance right here, because by looking left, we're doing what these candles here couldn't do. So if you're able to identify that on a higher time frame, you're expecting price to continue up that day, then that day, whatever day it is, Monday or Friday, you'll be able to execute buys that day, anticipating price to continue up towards the 1780 mark, right? But you'll be able to see it beforehand. You have 9 minutes of NFP, okay. NFP. Looks like GU broke below that support, right? Started play coming down. So this is a perfect example of what I said earlier, right? This is why your stops must make sense. In this case, if you were to enter a buy here at support, you put your stops below here. The moment we break that support, look left. Where are we gonna go? Further down towards this support. Therefore, this is the level where you can this is the level where you put your stop loss at, right? Because you know that for a fact that if we were to break that, we'll come further down to fill this rest of the range. So there's no point of risking if your stop loss is down here, for example, there's no point of putting your stop loss down there, because you know that price will come down towards that support once it breaks that area. right? Whenever you're in a trade, look at it from both perspectives, from the buyer's perspective and from the seller's perspective. I've been tracking my trades on my FX, but apparently I traded much better on Wednesdays than any other day. Wednesdays for me are not bad too. I think my best days, I think Fridays, because I have a lot of runners on mostly Fridays for some reason. I don't know, but Fridays and Mondays are usually my best days. Thursdays used to be my best days, but now it's transitions over to like Monday and Friday. Yeah, whatever day works for you, right? Carl, yeah. If the higher time frame, such as the daily, points towards a bullish move for the day, would you avoid taking sells on a lower time frame, such as 30-minute even if they present themselves? Yes. So we talked about that earlier, and those situations are when you see a lot of fake outs happen. For example, if you're bullish for a day and you see the day time frame going up towards the next level of resistance, and you're bullish for a day, you would take buys that day, right? But if price on a 30-minute time frame were to be a range and we were to get a breakout below the range, people would expect sells coming down now because we're breaking below support. But if we're bullish that day, that's when price will usually fake back up in the range. So let's say this were to happen. Let's say this is your range here on GU and the day's bullish, right? If people see this, they might be like, okay, you know what? Since the day is bullish, or since we broke below the range here, they'll expect price to continue down towards the next level of support. Looking left, that's clean traffic. But if you keep in mind the day's bullish though, I'll avoid those sells and I'll take the buys going back up in the range. So I'll wait for this to form. Once this gets formed, I'll then execute my buys going up to fill the range. Where my entry would be here, stop loss would be below the candle, and TP would be up here to fill the range. So I'll stay out, yeah. But it comes down to a point where I have a thing now that I do that's like level. I'm not sure if you heard it before, but for me at least, range 1 to range 2. So if I were to take sells here, the most common time to get faked out in the situations if the bias is bullish that day but you take it sells is going to be the first range, which is this range. Right, the moment this is the first range here that we have. The next range is once you break below the support. So let's say we come down here and this were to happen. Come down, price comes down, and then all of a sudden this happens. Support is formed, right? Resistance is formed here. We're at top of the range here. You then see a bearish candle closing at resistance here, right? That could be a retest or however you look at it, but any given time we can still pull back up into the range, so keep in mind, right? So I'll avoid that. I'll stay out of that because I'll be very cautious, but I'll wait for this to break out. I'll wait for a sell below this area, and then I'll execute my sells, right? If price were to give me a closure but like this, I execute my sells coming down to fill the rest of the range. So my sell will be like around this area. Sell loss is the candle high, and TP will be down here, that TP. And that's what I'll look for if I was changing my bias that midday. So that's how I kind of avoid, like the best way I found to avoid fake outs, at least for me. On yourself. Not quick for no reason. Don't try to change the current situation that you're in with one trade. Is that FrancoXrp? What up, Franco?
Yo.
What's up?
It's good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. I hear my stream though. You gotta turn that down.
Yeah. Hold on, let me pause it. Better now?
Yeah.
Alright.
You from Canada?
No, man. Miami.
Oh, you're from Miami, Florida. Damn.
Yeah.
I thought you're from Canada. I think that's someone else though.
So no trades today?
Nah, man. You know, holiday. I'm just kind of chilling. How about you?
Yeah, bro. Same thing. I mean, I saw gold stop moving. I didn't even know it was a holiday tomorrow because FOREX Factory didn't say anything. So I just I saw last night that it stopped moving, and then I checked. It was Good Friday. I was like, oh shit. So I guess I mean, I figured it was gonna be slow today. So
I think it is use the dollar pair is still open still, so there's that. But like NP's gonna happen in a minute here. You should see a spike happen or something at least on GU. I'm just watching. Damn, so I was talking to you yesterday about McLaren traders in the Telegram chat and Jeffrey.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of started on. Obviously didn't know better, so I just started looking around. Whatever I could find, I'd see all these people on the Instagram posting, you know, a bunch of profits, showing off their cars. And that's when I was like, oof, there it comes.
Oh, there's sells. Yep. Oh. Damn. MP. Yeah, definitely. No answer. Yeah, so go on. That was a little spike there.
No, nothing. It was just basically that, and I just you know, started in a bad way in essence. I think it was a bad way. So you know, just that style to change that trading strategy from your style is like completely different. So it's been like a shift for me, and it's been interesting, you know. So I'm just trying to build confidence in the way that you trade, and that's it. Like it's just building a confidence and seeing every setup, seeing it again and again and again, and then seeing how it does work, you know. So it's just now it's a matter of fact of executing on the trade.
But do you see how like my style of trading is more? It will like kind of force you mentally to not overtrade, not to not over risk, but force you mentally not to overtrade. Just because like you don't see like too many setups that occur in some sense.
Yeah. The thing is, if you pull out the fib, it's like there's always a trade in a way, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I never liked that because it was just like, all right, where do you pull the fib on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the daily? I mean, there's always a retracement, you know. So it's like for me, it just didn't make too much sense. And now with what's worked the best for me is just the breakouts of the ranges. I mean, it's the easiest thing ever. And it works a bunch of times. Sometimes what happens is that it does break out from the range initially and you kind of miss the move, but you can always wait for the pullback and to retest the support. So that's another way just to get in. You know, if it holds the support that was the resistance and it bounces off and boom, you have another entry and you have the range now, so you have a target. Yeah,
you have an exit, you have a target. Like you don't like remove your TP after. Like there's no ego behind it. It's like you're in, you're out, and you just do the same shit the next day, right? Or next trade. Yeah.
It's simplified, and that's why I like it, because it's not. My chart looks clean. Like look at your chart right now. There's two.
There's two lines. Yeah.
That's it. So
it's two lines.
I like that more than anything. You know, it just makes it simplified and easy to see. I mean, gold yesterday was like super easy. You know, it retraced. It was skeptical like 2 days ago when it was like at that support. It looked like it was gonna fall, but it held it. So And gold, I've noticed that it does, when it does big moves, like you always say, it just corrects that huge move. And if you pull up gold, you'll see it. I mean, it fell and then it just went right back to retest where it broke off the original range.
Yeah, like there's always gonna be a move. Like it's always gonna be a retracement at some given point in time. Yeah, definitely feel that. So like, how long? How long you been trading?
I've been trading for 2 years, but I started off with crypto. Like literally the first year, I was trading crypto.
But like you're like swing trading, I guess.
Yeah, I would say more day trading because I had like wider. Well, I didn't really trade with stops.
Okay.
I just would put money in an account and just risk it all type shit, you know? Like
yeah.
Put it in and try to, 50x it. It was stupid, like that was me being dumb, obviously, and that's when I started.
Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was Vegas. And I would just see like all these people posting profits, and I was like, I want a piece of that. So I just got in, and that's when, like I said, I would just fill up the account and just go all in, And I was just really dumb because sometimes I would have great profits, but I would never pull out. I would just be like, okay, like I feel like XRP is gonna go up 10 cents, and 10 cents on XRP is 1,000 lots. 1,000 pips. So that's what I wanted to catch, And in my mind, I would see XRP, because XRP, like its range is like from 30 cents to $3.80. Like that's the range of its life.
Yeah.
And it can move $1 a day if it wants to. I mean, it hasn't in like 2-3 years. But
eventually
it had those days where it moved, a couple of dollars in a week.
Yeah.
So I just figured it was gonna do that like at any point, and I just kept trying and trying. And yeah, it was
getting those McLaren entries in, getting those dream TPs in, right, in your head. But man, crypto's a bit different though. I'll say crypto's more of like, if you believe in like the coin, then you believe in the coin. You believe it. You invest it as an investment. Get out in 10 years, whatever it is. But
yeah, that's where I'm at now with crypto. I just hold it.
Yeah, just
like,
kind of hold
crypto, it. I'm not touching that for a while. I have my exit points, which is what I learned. Obviously in pulling profits. So I'm using the same concept that you do with your trades, as you take 50% and then you leave a runner. So I have X amount, and I have my price targets as it grows, and then I'm just gonna pull out percentages from there.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I do look at XRP too. I do look at the weekly, and I can tell you that this week though, we may have a slight chance of I got some XRP too, right? Like long term, this month actually, we actually closed bullish, creating support. So I do believe we should be retesting like the 66 cent mark this month, potentially.
Yeah, I'll be honest though, technicals, they're a little sketch with crypto.
It is always a little sketch, yeah, it is.
I mean, you see that drop, that was all news on that red candle. So, and that just literally came out of nowhere. And then if you see the candle before, that green candle, like, I couldn't see that. I mean, obviously on the daily, you could say it broke the.
You had a range here, I guess.
Yeah.
We broke out, but it was very impulsive. I would never like scalp crypto using my strategy. If I do trade crypto, I'll just more be a McLaren trader for crypto, honestly. Just hold and buy every bottom, right? Just keep buying the bottoms on the way up towards the $2 mark, but probably won't do that. It's different.
It's weird too, because at the time I thought, XRP to me made sense. So that's why I invested in XRP. A lot of people hate on XRP, but it's frustrating to see every other coin right now just exploding, and like Binance coin at the time I got into XRP was $1.50, and Binance coin right now is like $3.30, I believe. So it's a little frustrating, like when you're in crypto and you see everything else, like.
And you kind of want to jump on and get in something else, and then.
Yeah, but I mean, like the FOMO thing I learned too. So
Ethereum, Bitcoin, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
Maybe XRP in the future, hopefully. Imagine. Someone asked how many counts have you blown. You don't mind sharing?
Lost count, bro.
More than me?
How many were you at again?
Like I probably blew like 20 something accounts, like, but they're all like small accounts, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, to be honest, bro, I lost count. I never kept a count on that. I'm kind of hard-headed, so I just kept going, you know. So
yeah.
I have other, you know, I have a full-time job and stuff like that. So I just blew what I was able to blow. Obviously, I wasn't like putting all my money in it, but there weren't. I wouldn't say they're big counts, but they weren't like $100 counts. They were like in the thousands and stuff like that. So it was definitely crazy. And then like 1 week, I made like 15,000 in XRP, and like I thought I made it. And literally like the next week I lost it all. Like I tried.
The quicker you make it, the quicker you lose it.
Yeah. Like it was just like my mindset was completely off. Like I was really desperate to quit my job. So I was doing stupid things. And I realized after some time that it's not like, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, you know? It's not something that you're gonna get overnight, over a week, over a month. It's gonna take years.
Years. Like till this day, I'm still learning.
Yeah, and the most important thing is consistency. That's the most important thing. Like just being consistent. From there, it doesn't matter because you can always grow your lot size and grow from there. But as far as consistency, that's number one. If you're consistent in trading, that's the most important thing.
Hey, by the way, chat. Remember earlier when I explained the fakeout and how GU was bullish, the weekly was bullish, daily was bullish? Look what happened in GU here. So that's how you kind of avoid. I mean, the sells play out here as well here, by the way, though. The sells came down, closure below. It came down towards the TP, or with the support here at least. But we came back to the range here. Now this looks like a fake out. If we actually close inside the range here, so we may actually continue further up towards the top of the range and be able to fill that. But again, like keep in mind, it is it's the pound's closed. It's just the dollar moving this pair right now. But I mean, I'm staying out. How do you find yourself profitable quite often during Asian session? Perhaps not. If yes, the time frames do you analyze during Asian? The same thing I do during Asian is the same thing I do during the NY session, to be honest with you. Nothing changes. Nothing changes in my strategy. Same concept, same things I look for, same entries, same setups, you know. Ooh, Jimmy stays out. Catch you next week, Jimmy. Later. Yo, so Franco, what do you think you deal with the most now?
Say what?
What do you think you deal with the most? Like your biggest flaw right now in trading? Psychology? Is it, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the psychology side.
How's your technicals? Is it good?
I mean, like it's weird because it's like it's getting better, but some days like I don't know what it is, but I read this like a book. Like it's the easiest thing ever. I just don't trust myself in my analysis. You understand? So that's like the number one thing. Like I'll see it, and then I'm like, all right, I see the break here. I see the candle broke out. This would be the smartest entry on this candle. Like yesterday, I actually missed the trade because I had someone come to my house to work on something. So I had to like step out for like an hour.
Yeah.
But yesterday was a perfect example where I saw the trade, and even the day before that, where it blew out, it came out of the range. It was 8:30, which is like the prime time, and that was good volume comes in. And I didn't execute just because like I'm trying to build the confidence and seeing it. So like I take those trades, whereas now I'm just like slightly hesitating on the trades, and then they play out, you know? It's just like I said, I have like post-traumatic stress with like my blown accounts that like
McLaren traders.
Yeah, it just every time before I even get to the trade, I feel like it's just gonna go the opposite way. So it's like, you know, I've been burned before, so it's just like, you know, just a little more caution.
I think you gotta start saying charts in, man. You know, start saying charts in every day.
Yeah, I mean, I get kind of lazy with that, I'll be honest.
You can't be lazy. Do you like during your trades though? Do you keep track of your trades? Your wins and your losses?
that's the other thing that I take everything personal. So when I do lose, I get a little pissed off on myself.
And you don't really, yeah.
But so I don't journal those, and I think it's dumb if I just journal my winners. You understand? Which
yeah.
I should be doing the opposite, if anything. But at the end of the day, like when I do get a trade and it's a loser, it's not like the analysis was there. It just didn't play out. You know, that's something I just have to understand. And that's what trading, it's very difficult to understand if you're doing good or bad. Like the feedback that the markets give you is really tough to understand as a new trader, because you could have done the best trade and it just went the other way. And then you're like, oh wait, was it my strategy? Did I do something wrong? And that's why it's, for new traders, it can be tough.
I think that's when it comes down to just like more practice with your entries, right? They just keep taking those entries more and more and more until you come to a point where you get like a decent sample size for that trade setup, and then you find out percentages after, because from that point on, like after you figure it out, it's more of like there's no emotions attached to it anymore, because you just take the trade regardless of what happens, wins or lose. Right. You take the same trade over and over again. Over time, it's a high probability it has to play out, or 80% of the time it will play out, right? So that's just where my mindset is at right now. Like I take a loss, it's whatever. Like I can care less. I take a loss because I know for a fact that if I were to take the same trade again, it's gonna play out,
Right.
And if you go on my Instagram page, like, or the trades that you've seen me take, it's all the same scenarios. Like I've never taken like a weird entry that you guys have hardly seen me take. It's kind of all similar entries, similar setups that I look for every day. Like fakeouts, break above a range, break below a range, start a play. Like it's the same concepts over and over again. But yeah, like losses will come though. But I feel like with people who don't have much experience with with trading, they might think that a loss is just like their strategy is fucked up or something. Like their strategy is not correct, or their method is not right, and they're doing something wrong. When in reality, they're not. It's just probability wise, That's what trading is. It's all probability.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like sitting back sometimes and like just seeing the trade, seeing my analysis, and just seeing if it's pulling through, and not getting like tied to it, because then if I'm in a trade, like for me at least, it kind of changes it. Like I could be outside of the trade and I'll be more calm, but when I'm in a trade, I kind of like, it's a little bit different. So as of now, I'm just being more particular with my trades, just to fully build the confidence in this strategy. And then from there, but I'm doing like 100 times better. You definitely helped me a lot, and like I like that the style is very simple, and it's just, to me, just common sense, like the way that you explain it. It's just, everything just makes sense. It's not like the other courses that I took, and they're just like, to me, they never made sense. It was just like, draw this line and that's it.
Yeah, like what does that line mean? Why is it there? How's it there? How's it affect the levels? Like,
and then you always like change the trend line. Like it always changes. Like
trend line always changes, fib always changes, the angles changes. Like it's different every time. It's not like a consistent like set thing that they do. Yeah. I just feel like being able to understand your trades, being able to understand the whys to everything that you do is the key to everything in trading, I believe.
Yeah.
Like everything. Like why is the line there? Why is it not here instead? What does that line mean? How does it mean that? In school, how do you teach you the 5 whys, the 5 W's?
No.
Who, what, where, how, when. That's what it is in trading. Yeah, I know the who, what, where, how, when in trading of everything you do. Why don't you trade like cube banks? Oh, hold on. Before I read that question, when are we doing simulation? Simulation is usually on Sundays, every bi-weekly, but I'm considering doing it every weekly, just because I feel like we have better weeks when we do simulations on Sundays. Are you taking any trades today? No, I'm not. Why don't you trade at Q Banks anymore? Is it due to complication of his style compared to yours? No, actually, I think my style is more complicated than his. Over time, obviously, with everything that I know now, it's a lot more complex, a lot more things I look for, a lot more things that I understand now. It's just his style never made sense to me. It made sense to me at first when I first started trading, but over time, the consistency wasn't there, and it just didn't make sense to me. Like always being able to, you know, for example, I draw a trend line on my screen, like it can be, I can change the angle every single time. For example, the Fibonacci retracement, I can enter off the 61, the 38, or the 23. Like it just didn't make sense for me. And if you look at in reality, those things are just support and resistance on a high on from the way I trade now. That's all that is, right? Like you have like this right here. I guarantee you, if you were to draw a fib on the screen from here to here, this would give you a 38.2 retracement or a 23 retracement. All right, let's take the fib and try. Let's see. I guarantee you, it's something here. Oh look, 38.2 retracement, been tapped, right? But why didn't you enter off the 23 instead? Or why didn't you enter off the 61 this time instead of the 50 instead of the 38? You know, like there's just too many questions asked that hasn't been answered yet, and it just doesn't make sense to me. And the reason why I ask myself these questions every time I take a trade now is because I'm an overthinker. So everything that I do now has an explanation behind it. Every single thing, and this is, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. And if you draw a line on the, if you draw a line here, all that fib was just a support being created, and then another support being formed right here, and then another resistance being formed right here. So this now becomes a range, right? So I wouldn't look for the entries. I wouldn't look for these wick entries anymore. I'll more likely just look for, you know, either a break above its resistance. Once I get a closure above here, I'll look for buys going up to fill the range towards the next resistance, or maybe I might look for buys as we come back into this range here, because I'm anticipating price to continue up with the daily time frame and the weekly time frame, pushing up with the 4-hour breaking the highs, like etc. Like stuff like that is what I kind of look for now, instead of just like trying to catch the most pips as I can in a certain trade. All right, and that's something that I feel like I've distanced myself from over time. Just when I first started, I wanted to catch every single move on the markets. I wanted to get the best entries I could, the wick entries, catch the top, catch the all-time bottom, catch the reversal, right? Now it's just more of catching a specific range to a range I'm in and I'm out, and that's it. There's no like ego behind it. There's no like, I'm gonna remove my TP because I feel like price will go up forever. There's none of that. It's like TP has been smacked. Price may go up another 500 pips, but I would care less, because that wasn't part of my plan today. My plan was to get in and get out right here, and that's it. Move on to tomorrow. I look for the same stuff tomorrow. Yeah, Marcos, you're right. Oh yeah, where are you today, by the way? Why would Curry randomly change his jump shot even though he's successful with his? Correct. Some energy. Thoughts on ICT and his methods? I think ICT is cool. I think his training style is pretty cool. It's pretty unique, to be honest. It's not my training style, right? So that's it. There's different types of training styles, obviously. You guys don't gotta follow my training style. You guys do whatever you guys want to do. But personally, for me, it just doesn't make sense to me. But that's that. Yeah. Do you feel like you have less ego now, Franco?
Absolutely, man. Now I just like completely changed.
Therapy is what you went through.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I just I don't care anymore. Now, like I just like when I see your style of trading, I just see that you're not going crazy every day. You know, you're not, like you said, you're not holding for 500 pip, you know, profits. You're doing the exact same thing every single day, catching 10 to 20, 30 pips. And that's it. It works, you know, and you trade 3 hours a day, which is like, you know, beautiful. And that's it. Like, it's just very simple and it works. So to me, it makes sense. And I like the style. I like the time. Everything just works. So that's definitely helped with my ego. Because before it was just like, oh, I see, you know, this fib retracement is whatever X amount of pips, and
you want to catch it. The R looks clean, right?
And I'll be honest, like to me, it doesn't make it like there's no sense of catching 1,000 pips, 100 pips, or 10 pips. It's on your lot size. Like if you catch a 10 pip move, it's the same as catching 1,000 pip move, and this like essentially, because you just adjust your lot size and you can risk the same amount, and your risk reward would be the same.
Yeah.
So I'd rather get that out of the way quicker than to wait a week you know, to find out, oh, I hate stop loss. You got me? Like, so definitely like the scalping style and day trading a lot better than just holding trades and trying to make like 500 pips or 1,000 pips.
Yep. I think it's all within the ego, man. That's all that is when you first start trading.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gone.
Ego plays a big role. Ego's like everything. People have an ego for the stop loss, they have an ego for the TP, an ego to post on Instagram after, to share with their friends that they got a wick entry. Like it's why I kind of stepped away from that style of trading, because the community wasn't so great as well. It's very like, it's not who I want to be, you know. Like, yes, they make a lot of profits. Yes, they have these cars. Like but it's not like, it's not the true me. Like, I'm not trying to be a flex on Instagram, popping whatever, getting these wick entries, putting an emoji covering up my lot size, you know, and putting like a sniper entry and be like, not a retail trader hashtag. And it's like, why? Just at the end of the day, man, you're paying your own bills. You're you know, doing whatever you gotta do to get over whatever you gotta get over.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's whatever works for you. You know, that's the most important. You know, everyone's different, but to me, definitely, your style is 100 times better. That's what I do know.
And by the way, like, I'm not like shitting on anyone's style here in trading. I do believe anything in FX is profitable. It just comes down to what works for you, right? So
exactly,
that's how that is. It all comes down to what works for you, what makes sense for you. If you try and catch 100 pips makes sense for you a day, then go ahead, try catch 100 pips every day, right? It will work eventually if you give it enough time, and if you actually put in the work, obviously. I don't personally believe in it anymore. Simple, it was better in my opinion. Yeah. I honestly, if you were asking me if I'll go back to my old trading style, no, probably not, never. Just knowing what I know now, I have a lot more answers now for every question I get for my trade setups. Whereas if I were to get a question before in the past, like for example, Don, why'd you answer off the 6.8 fib here? Well, you know, it bounced off the trend line and got 6.8 fib, rejecting it as well. 2 confirmations, 2 confluence entries, goodbyes. You know, I can write an essay on that one entry now, on one entry alone, a full 5-page essay if I wanted to. Yeah, we're on the same boat, man. But anyone else have any questions? I mean, I'm not taking any trades today. You taking any trades today, Franco, or no? Not right.
Not at all. Yeah.
How about you, Zerx? Taking any trades, Zerx? Nuke. Zerx is not here. IG posts? Yes, IG posts. More content. I can write an essay on one entry if I wanted to. I can. I honestly can. I believe I can. I talk so much where I believe I can. What's going on with the market today? It's in your name, the Wick Hunter. I think the market's stopped the stop hunt. I don't know. I think it's a bank holiday today. Not for US though, but the pound's affected by it, the GBP, Canadian dollar is affected by it, NZD is affected by it, so therefore there's less volume in the markets today. So yeah, I didn't take a trade today. That was the reason why. Gold's obviously closed today. GJ is closed today technically, so ooh, GG just broke above that range. Minute time frame, broke above that resistance, or yeah, 30, close in 2 minutes here. Yeah, I'm probably not. Like, but guys, you see what I mean though? Like, it's not bad today. it's like an average day. It's like a normal day for GJ today. It's just that it's just, you know, I'm just not taking a trade today, but overall it's the same as a normal average Wednesday or Tuesday would be. You know, it's nothing. It's not like there's less volume today. The volume's still there, definitely still there. But I think I'm gonna hop off, guys, because I'm not doing anything today. All right, so it was nice talking to you, Franco.
Yeah, man. Yeah, brother. Likewise.
Hopefully in the future I'll catch you on more Zoom calls.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, man, guys, take it easy, guys. I'll catch you guys Monday. It's a bank holiday Monday, but I'm still gonna be here. I'll catch you guys Monday and obviously next week, right? So peace and love. Catch you guys there. Have a great weekend. Have a great session. Don't overtrade, and peace out.
Later, bro.
Laters. Also, leave a like on the stream if you guys haven't done so yet.